Okay, and the last bit here, quick bit, is just I guess the run through of the MATLAB code. Oh, I just came back. Oh, sorry guys. There it is. All right, motion. Right. So we have a function, just some variables: channel ID, read API key, and field number. Channel ID is this channel's ID. Read API is what we have in order to be able to read the data, and field number is the field number. Like here, for example, where we have created the channel, I guess. It's just a field from which we're reading the information. Then we have some persistent variable which keeps itself across the function calls to be able to track time, I guess. So we have persistent last alert time, and it's set to minus 31 minutes. The reason it's set to that is to be able to send alerts immediately. It's a random number. Then we have alert threshold. Yeah, so this is utilizing the time function of this code. So for example, if we have 30 minutes have elapsed, the alert threshold minutes will be able to be used in order to determine if the 30 minutes have passed, or if the required amount of time to send some kind of function has elapsed, if I'm making sense. It's the same with unoccupied alert threshold, which triggers after 5 minutes of activity. So we have desk motion sensor detected motion near the desk, and after 5 minutes it sends an email saying it's occupied. And then I just set down a alert rate limit minutes because I have been sending too many emails to myself. So I just says maybe one email max per email would be optimal. Anyway, this is a quick function just to fetch the latest text from ThinkSpeak. Okay. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just reading the data and taking out the latest status. That's all it is. And if there is some error, it will catch that error and return it. Yeah. Quick. That's just calling the current time, which is date time now. So we'll just know that the current time is the time at which it is called. So now, for example, will be here 20:35 if it's called. So for example, if there's movement detected, the current time will be the time at which it's printing the information to the console, if that makes sense. And yeah, prevent excessive email alerts. Again, that is due to the problem that I have ran earlier with too many emails being sent down, and I kept on getting error. I think is for 292, I think, which means you've exceeding the limit. So just something to help us out with not exceeding the limit, I guess. Okay, so then we're moving on to checked for prolonged activity. So here we're saying that if the desk is occupied, because one means occupied, and if the minutes of the current time minus the last alert time is greater than the threshold minutes, then we are sending an information will be desk has occupied for over 30 minutes. So we have a message, let's say desk is occupied, no motion has been recorded near the desk. After 30 minutes we gonna get after this function is called the desk has been occupied for over 30 minutes. So it's a little bit of an extra feature there, okay? Here we have the send alert after prolonged occupancy. Okay, so this is what we just talked about, the alert body. This is the subject, and send email alert, alert subject and body. So we'll have the subject on the top and then the body on the beginning, and we'll see how that works by going into my emails here. We'll open up the old ones there. Brilliant, I just opened up there. There it is. So it's unoccupied, and it just prints you the timestamp, and that's the subject. Okay, and the body is here, right? So that's all it really is there with this code. Where are we? We were here. Okay. Now, if that is not the case, then we'll move to another piece of code. So if the desk is unoccupied, and if the minutes current time minus last alert time is greater than unoccupied alert threshold, then we'll have the desk is unoccupied for 5 minutes. This triggers only when there has been no movement detected in the vicinity, and there has been no movement detected near the vicinity when the server of Flask has been started. Sorry, when the 5 minutes have passed through, then the email is sent through if no motion has been detected. That makes sense. So then we have sent unoccupied alert. So this is what happens. This alert is sent to us when, let's say, 5 minutes have elapsed and we get the desk occupied message, which is email. I think we can see that here as well. There it is. So first 5 minutes elapsed, we get desk occupied alert, and then we get desk now occupied. Now, let's say we detect motion again after 5 minutes. Following alert will be desk is now unoccupied because we registered that somebody has moved away from the vicinity of the area. And this is exactly what this piece of code does. Alert body, alert subject, and then you're sending an email alert using your alert API key with a subject and a body, which is what we just saw. Okay, and then again you're printing a timestamp, which we've seen here. So it's really simple. Function to send an email alert using a TeamSpeak Alert API. So this is actually the function that is called to send an email depending on which logic we are encountering, which piece of code we are on, which desk status is currently on, and well, then if the activity is detected, then we move on to a different string of code, and the function is called again, and it sends alert using the API key and whatnot, and that's all sent through a constructed JSON message. That's just some configuration web options to be able to send the email in the appropriate way. And that's just the finishing of the code. So if the email alert is sent with all the required fields, URL, JSON message, and options, and if we get status of 100, which is okay, we send an email. And if something happens, then we just cache. That's just a basic error handling there. And that's just the string of code there. Okay, so thank you all, and